Good morning, good evening, good night. EagleMMA Family. These are UFC fighters that are evil. Alright, so let me just get this off the bat real quick. First of all, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with being evil. You can still be an evil person and do great things. But I think I just need to point out who are the evil demons of the UFC. Hopefully bring awareness to these dark spirits inhabiting the organization. Right, so we're going to get off with the first person on this list who basically inspired this entire video. He just fought at UFC 303. He's quite literally admitted to using black magic and shamans to help him in his fights. His name is Alex Pereira. You might be saying, oh, well, Yuri Prochazka said that, and Yuri Prochazka is not a trustable source. He's not a credible source. Well, guess what? The proof is in the pudding. Look at Alex Pereira. Look at every single one of his fights. Isn't it weird? Every single one of his title fights has ended weird. His first fight with Adesanya, back and forth, but he was losing that fight. End of the 5th round, he just goes in for some Hail Marys, gets a standing TKO from Mark Goddard. Second fight with Israel Adesanya is winning the first round pretty clearly, dominating the second round, and then gets knocked out of nowhere, seemingly. Moves up, fights Jan Blachowicz for the 205-pound belt in an arguable robbery. Don't even get me started on the early stoppage that was Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka 1. The fake nutshot step-in lead hook against Jamal Hill. And now with his most recent fight against Yuri Prochazka, the second time where even the whole fight itself was just weird. Like Alex Pereira wasn't really landing anything. Yuri Prochazka wasn't really landing anything and wasn't really throwing anything. Then literally the last second of the first round, Yuri gets dropped bad with the left hook. Start of the second round gets KO'd with like a left high kick that like doesn't even connect. And then, like, Herb Dean actually comes in and makes a good stoppage. Herb Dean actually has a good stoppage in a fight. What more proof do you need? Herb Dean caught a brain cell in an Alex Pereira fight. Right, and like I said, he's quite literally admitted to using black magic and rituals to help him in fighting. What do you think his walkout is? The same walkout every single time? And the one time he didn't do it, he got KO'd by Israel Adesanya? Right, the boom, 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 boom. That is a ritualistic song. That is a ritualistic chant. There's a reason you feel a certain energy when Alex Pereira walks out to the octagon. Right, but speaking of, Alex Pereira, I think we should get on to the next person on this list who's arguably as evil as Alex Pereira and just so happened to knock him out in their MMA rematch. His name is Israel Adesanya. Right, now this one, a lot of these are self-explanatory. Israel Adesanya. First of all, let's just get this out of the way. Likes dogs a little too much. I'm not going to say the word for that, but he seems to be into some very questionable sexual desires in terms of animals, in terms of non-humans, as in like animes and all that shit. Right, obviously we've all seen the video that Rigo made about him where he's baby birding his dog and performing willy time rituals on his dog. I'm not going to show that. I'm not even going to show a blurred version of it. I don't even want to look at that. And you look at his entire UFC career, right? Just built up superstardom. Always feels like he's had this like backing behind him that just cannot be stopped. Like no matter what, Israel Adesanya was going to make it to the top. And obviously in his rematch with Alex Pereira, literally evil maxing had this like crazy glare the whole time, and then there was like people in the background making like noises because it's a production, and he's fucking snapping at them going, I'm trying to talk here, or oi, I'm trying to talk here. Right, but not only that, but him and the next person on this list are also using black magic. Look at the videos, bro. There's video proof of this, of Israel Adesanya, and our next person on this list, Alexander Volkanovski, performing these shamanistic Maori like rituals and shit. They're doing crazy stuff. They're making sacrifices. They're doing they're like burning effigies and everything. They are literally committing these rituals and they're having crazy success. They're the greatest fighters in the world. Israel Adesanya putting on some of the best performances we've ever seen. Alexander Volkanovski putting on arguable GOAT of featherweight. Israel Adesanya, arguable GOAT of middleweight. Alex Pereira, arguable GOAT of the sport. All of them do these shamanistic rituals. And speaking of rituals, we'll get out of the shamanistic and dark magic rituals, and we'll get into the satanic rituals of Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria is the most evil fighter in the UFC. More evil than Volkanovski, Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira combined. Because it's not just shamanistic magic, okay? This is deep level, satanic, rooted shit. This is serious. My good buddy, Gnome Truthing.
And I'm edging. I don't want to break my edging streak. But guess what? Guess what? You're getting electronically...
Link in the description. He posts a ton of videos, goes live all the time. Make sure you check his channel. He has a podcast with me. We've done a ton of collabs together. Make sure you check him out. But he's actually exposed this since the start. Since Ilia Topuria got his second win in the UFC. He has certain tattoos that are ball. He has goat tattoos. He quite literally has satanic tattoos. And coincidence that he has this crazy power where if he touches you, it's lights out, right? Not only that, but this is what proves it. This is the proof in the pudding, right? This is the golden spoon here. He quite literally predicted that he would knock Volkanovski out in the second round before the fight even got announced. Before the fight with him got announced, he already put it in his Instagram bio, 14-0, I'm the champion. I'm going to knock him out in the second round. I'm the champion. He was saying it before the fight had even, been put together. I am the champion. That's not just a coincidence. That's some real shit, right? And if you want to hear more about Ilia Topuria's satanic rituals and all that crazy shit and just anything esoteric in general, make sure you go check the link in the description. Gnome Truthing USA. But we'll get into the next fighter who's evil as fuck and crazy, out of his mind, Anderson Britto. Now, there are two defining performances from Anderson Britto that pretty much confirms to me that he is evil as fuck, right? All of his performances you could consider evil in nature, just the way he fights and the way he acts. But his two most recent fights with Jonathan Pierce, JSP, and Jack Shore. With JSP, obviously, as you all know, Anderson Britto was getting outworked on the ground. He was getting outworked. He was getting out-wrestled, outpaced for, I believe, 2 rounds of his fight with JSP, to the point where he started literally blabbering some incoherent nonsense, right? Which, most likely, by the way, probably his native tongue, probably saying, I curse you to get outworked and pretty much outclassed by David Onama. Probably something like that. Right, but then, obviously, after that, after blabbermaxing and then having JSP respond to him in an antagonistic manner, which is the exact energy he needed. See, this is the thing you don't understand. A lot of these rituals and curses that you put on people, you have to have them have a certain energy. It's the same thing as hypnotism. When you hypnotize people, it's not just a certain type of person gets hypnotized. You have to be in a certain state of consciousness to be hypnotized. And if you are, it's a 100% guarantee. It's the same thing with so many of these curses. You have to be in an antagonistic manner to have this curse apply to you. Right, well, we'll get on to the last one on this list before some honorable mentions. He, again, just fought at UFC 303. He's dangerous. He's scary. Listen, he's evil. He's evil to the core, and I can feel it. But you can't deny he's one of the next up-and-coming bantamweight prospects. His name is Payton Talbot. This is as clear-cut as it is. He has a tattoo on his chest and on his back in the same exact spot of a completely black circle. Oh, he's just a California kid, right? He's just doing what he wants to do with his body. Well, look into that. Look into that circle tattoo. What does that mean? First of all, clarifying quote from the very notable and trustworthy Jose Youngs on Twitter. For those wondering, Payton Talbot's tattoo represents internal void. What the fuck does that mean? Now, listen, I'm no fucking scientist or anything, but having internal void tattooed on your chest and back is creepy as fuck. That's not just like, oh, he's 20-something and he thinks he's, like, deep or whatever because he has painted nails. No, dude, that's some deep, dark, twisted shit. You're saying his heart, his core is a void. Do you even understand what that means, bro? Obviously, like I said, painted nails, basically. That's the other reason. He's bisexual and has painted nails. Dude, that's evil as fuck, dude. Right, but we'll get on to the honorable mentions, though. First one up, Alexander Romanov. He just looks evil. I can't really explain that one. Another one I can't really explain, MVP, Michael Venom Page. I can't prove anything, not a single thing about Michael Venom Page, other than just he feels like he's evil. John Jones, obviously, I mean, it's overdone. We all get it. And I basically just don't want MMA Guru to get any fucking little twinkles out of this video because I know he watches. I know he's creaming his little panties, seeing that I posted another fucking video. Or so he's Johnson. He's lubricating his trousers, his pantaloons. Yeah, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. I don't care what you have to say. I basically just don't want to give him any credit for anything. The last one, I was so close to putting this man on the actual list because of what he just fucking did. Sean Strickland. Now listen, I'll get into this honorable mention a little bit because there's a little bit to unpack here. He was this close to being in the video, the actual video. First of all, I mean, he says he enjoys other people's pain. That's like masochism, bro. That's legit insanity. Right? Like a fake little Nazi. Like a little, like, he's a trauma dumper so we can get Nina drama puss. Like, well, listen, I mean, obviously, maybe if I was put in the same situation, who knows? But, he does that with Helen Yee. He does that all the time. He does that with Theo Vaughn. All right? And he talks about gang graping. A lot of evil shit. And listen, I don't care if he beat up Sneeko. I don't give a shit if he beat up Sneeko and they threw the towel in 3 times. But this really got me sick and twisted here. He just recently had a sparring match with a Navy SEAL, a former Navy SEAL, and just beat the shit out of him for like 7 minutes straight. And the Navy SEAL was crumpling. He was getting tagged. And you know what Sean Strickland does? He's laughing in his face. He's just throwing little arm punches just to fuck with him. He's just fucking with one of our nation's heroes. You sick piece of shit. You're disgusting for that. You're disgusting for that. And I fully denounce you as a Californian. I really don't mess with our fucking veterans, dude. You not disrespect our Oh, you Navy SEALs. Guys, you Navy SEALs. You guys aren't as tough as UFC fighters. Hey. Are you putting your life on the line for your country? You dumb fuck. So, Sean Strickland, what I want you to do is never say a goddamn word about our nation's military ever again, or you will eat your words. Do you understand what I'm saying here? You do not disrespect our veterans. Listen, that's going to have to end it for this video. I got a little heated at the end because that really pissed me off. Sean Strickland, you lost a fan. You lost your biggest fan. You lost your only California native fan. Okay? That actually pissed me off. You're disgusting and evil for what you did. You disrespected a U.S. veteran, and I cannot apologize for that. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I go live all the time. I go live for the Fight Companions, every UFC card. I go live starting with the early prelim, ending with the main event, breaking down every single fight on the card. I also go live, other than that, I got memberships. Join my memberships, $2 a month for the Blooders. You get, a bunch of videos, lives, extra content. Blooders, $5 tier, you get double, right? You get double the amount. But thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down below. Thank you all for watching. EagleMMA out.
Hey, Young Lean? Are you Young Lean?
What?
Are you Young Lean?
No, I'm Barry Dillon.
Okay.